everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then
I think the biggest worry for me when it comes to that is just the size difference.
In the most anticipated showdown of the year, two undisputed champions, Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford, are set to collide in what many are calling the ultimate test of skill versus size. It's not just a clash between two generational talents, it's a collision of two distinct legacies. One is a power-punching Mexican icon who has conquered multiple divisions. The other is a strategic genius who dismantled everyone in his path from 135 to 154 pounds. But now Crawford is making the massive leap to 168, entering Canelo's kingdom. Will Canelo's strength and experience overwhelm Bud, or will Crawford's ring IQ and adaptability redefine greatness once again? Let's dive into what the fighters and insiders are saying. This is Box Sci Hub, and here are the top breakdowns of the historic fight being held on 13th of September.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. Actually, I just got done running before we head into the press conference.
In the lead up to this mega fight, Terrence Crawford's attitude says it all. Calm, focused, and razor sharp. While most fighters would be overwhelmed by the weight jump, the lights, or the name Canelo, Crawford is out here running miles before the press conference even begins. That alone tells you something. This isn't a man taking a risk. It's a man walking into his moment. Crawford says he's feeling great, and that speaks volumes. Confidence isn't something you manufacture. It's something you earn through hard work and preparation. When Crawford casually mentions he just finished a workout before the press, he's not boasting. He's reminding us that he lives in the grind. He thrives in the shadows of preparation. And more importantly, there's no panic, no noise, no doubt. For someone moving up from 154 to face the most dominant name at 168, this level of composure is rare, but that's the Crawford difference. He's not here to participate. He's here to conquer. From the very beginning, he's already telling us, I'm ready.
Everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Crawford isn't just talking like he's ready. He's claiming victory already. His eyes are on history, becoming a 3-time undisputed world champion. That's a feat never done in boxing history. Think about it. From lightweight to welterweight to now super middleweight, this man wants to run the table. But what's impressive isn't just the ambition. It's the calm certainty with which he says it. Everything is going according to plan. That's not a man hoping to win. That's a man expecting to win. For Crawford, this isn't just a super fight. It's destiny. This quote also highlights a hidden weapon of Bud. Belief. He believes in the training. He believes in the timing, and most of all, he believes in his skill. For someone moving into dangerous territory, confidence like this is key. Crawford doesn't care about the scale. He only cares about the result. And his message is clear. On September 13th, the world changes.
I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then
on the other side, Canelo Alvarez isn't staying quiet. He's fired up, and apparently the respect between the two has already evaporated. Canelo openly says he doesn't respect Crawford anymore, referencing some of Bud's recent comments about not playing by the business's rules or expectations. This is important because for years Canelo has operated with control. He dictates the terms, the time, the stage, but now Crawford is stepping in with a different energy, one that isn't interested in bowing to Canelo's throne, and Canelo doesn't like that. It's not just about belts anymore, it's personal. This loss of mutual respect could make the fight even more electric. Two proud elite champions stepping in, not as friends, but as rivals. Crawford may be the challenger, but he's not acting like one, and that's what's pushing Canelo into emotional territory, a dangerous place for any fighter.
so and he tried to he walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't with me.
Pre-fight tension went from words to contact, and Canelo didn't hesitate. He explained that Crawford walked him back, and that's why he shoved him. The message was clear, don't test me. But behind that moment was a glimpse into something deeper. Canelo might be feeling the pressure. Usually cool and composed, Canelo's reaction showed a flash of vulnerability. He didn't brush it off, he pushed back. And that reaction, raw and unfiltered, gives us a peek into how this fight is boiling under the surface. For all of Crawford's skill and composure, he's getting under Canelo's skin, and that could work to his advantage. But let's not get it twisted. Canelo isn't here to joke around either. His response was instinct, fighter's instinct. And when Canelo's instincts kick in, someone usually gets hurt. This is going to be physical, this is going to be intense, and neither man is backing down.
What do you think? It's a good fight. I think it's a real good fight. I just think Crawford's too strong. I just think it's too small. He had one fight at 154, and now he's moving to 168 to fight one of the best of all time. Now, Crawford is one of the best of all time himself. He's just a smaller one of the best of all time, and I think that's just what's going to be the factor here.
Enter Virgil Ortiz, one of boxing's rising stars, and he's not shy about his prediction. He thinks Crawford is too small, and it's not disrespect. In fact, Ortiz calls this a real good fight. He gives Bud his flowers, calling him one of the best of all time, but in his opinion, size might be the deciding factor. Ortiz points out that Crawford has only had one fight at 154. To jump from there to 154 is a massive leap, especially when facing someone like Canelo, who's been fighting and beating bigger men for years. This isn't about skill, it's about the wear and tear that comes when every punch you take comes from a man who naturally outweighs you by 20 pounds. His analysis is sharp. It's not that Crawford doesn't belong in the ring, it's that physics might play a role. And in boxing, when everything else is equal, sometimes weight wins. Still, Ortiz doesn't rule Bud out. He just wants fans to understand what Crawford is truly stepping into.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. I think he has a good chance. I think he really does. I think it's a real close fight, if anything. I just think that Canelo will win, not only because he has skill, because you have to have skill to win, especially against Crawford, who has never lost, but he's going to be... I think he might be a little too big.
Virgil Ortiz doesn't stop at pointing out the size difference. He also acknowledges that this fight is dangerously close because of one reason: Crawford's skill. He says it loud and clear: you can't beat Terrence Crawford unless you've got high-level skill yourself. It's not enough to be bigger. You have to be better, sharper, smarter, and faster. That's where Canelo has to prove he still belongs at the top. Ortiz draws attention to the fact that Crawford has never lost. Undefeated records don't happen by accident. They're built through years of dominance, constant adaptation, and mental mastery. Crawford doesn't win by luck. He breaks fighters down with timing, ring IQ, and footwork. And that's the wild card in this match. Canelo might be bigger, but can he outthink Crawford in the ring? Ortiz makes it clear: yes, Canelo could win, but if he does, it won't be by brute force alone. He'll have to box, and box smart, because the man across from him is a puzzle few have solved. If he underestimates Bud for even 1 second, it could cost him the fight. That's why Ortiz leans Canelo's way, but only slightly.
50-50, I say the 50-50, but I think Canelo got it.
Edgar Berlanga, known for his knockout power and honesty, offers a blunt take. It's a 50/50 fight. He doesn't try to sway fans with hype. He keeps it simple. Both guys are great. Both guys have a path to victory, but if you force him to pick, he leans toward Canelo. Why? Because Canelo has fought killers. He's gone up in weight, fought men naturally larger, and came out on top more often than not. He's proven himself over and over again on the biggest stages in boxing. But even with that experience, Berlanga doesn't ignore the danger Bud brings. He knows Crawford isn't just here to collect a check. He's here to make history. What makes this fight so compelling is exactly what Berlanga points out: there's no clear edge. You've got a bigger, more experienced brawler in Canelo versus a faster, more cerebral technician in Crawford. That's what makes this matchup legendary. It's not about what's happened before, it's about what happens on that night.
Right now, I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather, but Canelo have more experience right now, and I think it's totally other fight.
When Canelo himself speaks, you listen. He compares Crawford to none other than Floyd Mayweather, a high compliment even if it's backhand. Canelo admits Crawford might be a little better than Floyd was technically, but insists this fight is totally different. Why? Because Canelo now has experience, and that's a weapon in itself. He makes it clear he's not the same fighter who lost Floyd in 2013. That version of Canelo was young, still learning. The current Canelo is a seasoned veteran with championship pedigree in 4 weight classes. He doesn't fear slick fighters anymore. He's studied them, he's fought them, and he's beaten most of them. This quote reveals Canelo's mindset. He respects Crawford's skills, but he sees himself as evolved. He's not comparing anymore. He's defining a new era, one where he controls the tempo, adjusts to the challenge, and still walks out with his hand raised. The message to Bud: you're not walking into Mayweather 2. This is a new beast.
Yeah. Well, I would say Crawford wins the fight based off of the skill set. That's the first and foremost.
Daniel Jacobs, no stranger to elite competition, gives a refreshing take. Crawford wins based on skill set. That's his gut feeling. It's not about popularity or records. It's about what you can do in that ring. And when Jacobs breaks down what he sees, he's placing his money on refined skill over brute power. Jacobs highlights something that's often ignored. Boxing is a thinking man's game, and in that department, Crawford might have the sharpest mind in the sport today. He adapts, he counterpunches, he creates openings where none exist, and he does all of it with ice-cold poise. Still, even Jacobs can't ignore the elephant in the room: size. That's the only X factor. Will Crawford's body hold up against a natural 168-pounder like Canelo? Can he take those shots, or will the weight jump be too steep too soon? For Jacobs, if Bud survives the size, he wins the fight. It's that simple.
I think the biggest worry for me when it comes to that is just the size difference.
Jacobs doubles down with one final concern: can Crawford endure what Canelo brings physically? He's not questioning Bud's willpower or talent. He's just raising the point every fan is wondering: how does your body react when you're punched by a man who's been stopping people at super middleweight for years? This is more than just strategy. This is about biology. At a certain point, power and mass start to take a toll. And Canelo's punches aren't just heavy, they're precise. He goes to the body better than almost anyone in boxing. If Bud can't absorb that kind of punishment, then no amount of ring IQ will save him. Jacobs isn't being negative, he's just being real. Greatness sometimes means pushing past limits, and for Crawford, that limit is about to be tested like never before. It's not about if he deserves this shot, it's about how much his body can handle on September 13th. So what wins on fight night? Size or skill? That's the golden question. Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history, and he's still dangerous at 168. His experience, power, and poise make him a nightmare for anyone, let alone someone jumping up 2 divisions. But then there's Terence Crawford, the most surgical fighter of his generation, a man who's moved from 135 to 154 without ever missing a step. He's a chess master with gloves. He's patient, precise, and now he's chasing greatness. Some say it's too much weight, others say it's Bud's time. What's certain is this: Canelo versus Crawford is more than a fight, it's a war for legacy. Let us know in the comments. Will it be the power of Canelo or the brilliance of Bud? Who walks away undisputed and who walks away forgotten? This has been another exclusive breakdown from Box Eye Hub, your home for everything undisputed. Subscribe, drop a like, and don't miss Fight Night